Oh, the guy's not going into the pits. What the heck? I really think he should. I really think he should.
You're fucking
Pedals.
slow and you're stupid, man.
Oh my god. In game voice chat.
That's quite rude.
So you've gotten iRacing. You've gone in. You've watched videos. You've watched help on setting up your controls, calibrating your wheel and your pedals. You've gone in and done a few test drives in whatever car you're going to start with. You're not sure you're ready to go out there with other human drivers on the track, and you're not sure that you've set up everything and enabled all the options that would be good to have enabled. I'm new, like you. I've been through it. Let me show you what I learned about preparing for your first iRacing race. Now, I'm going to assume that you have already gone through videos on how to get your controls assigned, calibrate your steering and your
You're fucking
pedals.
slow and you're stupid, man.
Oh my god. In game voice chat.
That's quite rude.
There you go. In game voice chat. The reason not to enable in game voice chat. But that's one thing I wanted to cover. So let's go there now. Mind you, this is just the practice server. My experience has been that people are good about not talking during races, other than maybe in T1, you get people that can't control their frustration at getting bumped off the track or something. But what you want to do is, if you do want to hear the in-game voice chat, is you come into the sound options, enable voice chat. That will allow you to listen to the voice chat. If you want to have the option of talking in voice chat, then you have to assign a push to talk button. And I would recommend also assigning a mute button, so that you can mute people like that guy. It'll mute everybody. And you want the push to talk button to be something you can get to with your thumb or whatever while your hand is in the normal racing position. You don't want to have to think or reach for it. So I put it, for instance, on the B button on my McLaren GT3 wheel, and I put mute on the A button right below it. Now, also on the sound screen, you can assign a louder and quieter button for turning the master volume up and down. So I used one of the extra toggle switches on my McLaren GT3 wheel for up, takes me back up. It won't go any louder than full volume, but then you can turn it down. Another thing that you want to think about is whether you want to have a delta on the screen for any reason. I find racing to be nerve-wracking enough without having any kind of delta, and heaven forbid having any kind of ghost car. I'm not even sure if your reference ghost will show up during a race. That would be horrible. So I tend to turn this to off when I go into a race. But if you wanted, for instance, your best session, best lap during the race to be there for your delta so you can see if you're getting better or worse, then that would be good. Not a lot of sims have a built-in spotter. They may have some crew chief messages, but not spotter messages. So a lot of us are using an external app called Crew Chief for basically all our sims. But my experience has been that the spotter that's built into iRacing, when you click Enable Spotter, and it's not enabled by default, is quite good. Obviously, the external Crew Chief app gives you a lot more depth if you really want it. But as far as giving you lap times and spotter information about cars near you, I find the built-in iRacing one fine, which you just enable here. Once a race has started, registration is closed. You can't join it, with a caveat. You can't join it as a live participant in the race. And if you're just wanting to get your feet wet and you're a little afraid to just go out there and wreak havoc, then what you can do is go to spectate sessions. So here's the Global Mazda one, rookie one. I can say view sessions. Notice the number of splits. There's, in general, a lot of people that are in these races in iRacing. The top split here has a 2108 strength of field average. The bottom split in this case is not number 10. If you keep going, the bottom split has a 441 strength of field average. Your natural instinct might be, given all those different splits that the races have, to think that as being brand new, your very first race, that they would put you in the lowest split. That doesn't appear to be what happens. I think they assume that your starting rating is 1350, which isn't that low. And so they assign you a split based on that, as I learned, much to my panic in my first race. Yeah, I don't know what split I'm in. If I'm in the absolutely lowest split, then from what I've seen, the challenge will be not dying. Basically, the best thing to do in rookie is just try to stay on the track. Don't worry about how you finish. So I shouldn't have qualified because I should have just started in the back and tried not to get any incident
We put in
points.
plenty of fuel to finish the race. The estimated SOF is 1,326.
That's
Take opportunities.
That's too high. Strength of field is 1300. This is my first race ever. Why didn't it put me in the bottom split? I can't get into first. When is it going to let me go to first? 1300. Holy smokes. I was practicing on like 1000 strength of field. There's first.
Green, green, green. Great job. 10 to go. There's an incident behind. There's an incident behind. There's an incident behind.
Just trying not to get involved in anything else. What you can do, though, is pick a split that you would like to see how competitive you are. So, I don't know, just pick this one. And you can click on watch, and you will join the race as a spectator. But, even better, I can say test drive. Now, note, when I go into test drive, it says at spectators. I am in this session, but I am not visible to anyone in the session, not even as a ghost, because I am not in this race. I am here observing it, but I can also drive in it as a ghost. The other drivers will not see me, but I will be out on the track with them. I will pass through them as if they are ghosts. They won't see me at all. But I will, for instance, get the benefit of drafting one of their cars. So I can go in and risk-free, to my safety rating, to their safety rating, to everyone's peace of mind, I can participate, quote unquote, in this race and actually see how I do for pace and stuff. And the other cool part is if you join early enough, like I did in this one, you can actually go out and be on the grid at the start. So they just switched to race, and it knocked me out of the pits. So I'll go back into test drive. As the cars show up on the grid, I should be able to drive out there and start the race with them.
Green flag, green flag. The estimated strength of field is 1,095.
The starting grid was behind me. So
Left
I couldn't,
side, right
I
side.
couldn't join
Clear on the right.
the start
Someone's
exactly.
gone off ahead. You
I
got
could
a
have.
slow car on the right. You got a
Now
slow car
notice,
on the
like
left.
I said, I'm a ghost here, so it doesn't matter if I bump these cars. One of them already passed through me,
Right side, clear.
so it's not great practice for that in that regard, in the sense that you learn to ignore the other cars, but it's great practice to see how you're doing
Slow
for
car ahead. Car stopped
for
on the
pace
right.
to
There's
see
an incident ahead.
some of the carnage that happens. I just realized I've never driven this track.
Car on your left. You're on the left. Three wide. Car right.
I've never
two
done
wide.
that chicane in my life. So, anyway, that's a great reason to have done this as a ghost. So that's what you can do if you're not quite ready to race, but you want to experience it. Oh my gosh, people.
We got
are...
damage on the front end.
Oh, I didn't know I could get damage as a ghost driver. But like I said, it's realistic in the sense that I can draft other cars and stuff. Let's see. Oh, the guy's not going into the pits. What the heck? I really think he should. I really think he should. When you've decided you're ready to actually do a race as a live person, You go to Go Racing, series list, and then pick the car that you want. I've been only competing in the Mazda. So now this will bring up this series list, and you'll always have, well, you may not always have a race that you can register for, but you'll never have more than one, as far as I know. So for instance, this race that's coming up in about 15 minutes, there it says, it tells how long, I can register for that race. Once it has assigned you a server, then the join button will turn green, and you can then join, launch the sim, and then once you get in, you will actually be in practice. But this is not the practice that is part of the race. There's like a 3-minute practice at the beginning of the race session. This is a practice server. So you joined the race, but you are put initially into a practice server. And we know that the race is supposed to start in 13 minutes from now. So you can go in here and practice. I highly recommend it. Just make sure everything's working. And then you get a message on the screen that lets you know the race is about to start. And at that point, you can go back to the pits, back to the replay screen, and you'll find a race button on the screen. Qualifying for your race session is about to begin. Click race on the replay screen to join. Over here. Leave practice and join race. I guess so. Oh my God. I don't even know if qualifying is like everyone on the track or alone. It only counts 2 laps of qualifying. I see on the relative that there's no one else out here. So far I'm in second, which is probably a really bad thing from what I've seen coming into that first corner. It's a standing start because I did one as a ghost driver.
Green, green, green. Great job. 10 to go. There's an incident behind. Car on your left. Still there, hold your line. Stay on the right. The next car's the leader. You're on the right, 3 wide. Car on your left, 2 wide. Clear on the left. There's an incident behind.
Get on that curb. Go, 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 go. It's not going to let me by.
You're back in third. Keep hustling.
Jesus, I didn't need to know that. Oh, great.
2
Now
left
the
to
guy
go.
behind
2 to
is
go. Car right.
Because we were battling, the guy
Still
behind
there, hold your
made the
line.
move.
Clear on the right. White flag, white flag.
Got better off that corner, but he's not going to let me by.
You're back in third. Keep hustling. Car on your left. Clear.
Messed up.
Checkered flag, checkered flag. Nice run. Solid work.
So, we have to go look at the results outside. Qualified third, finished 6th, but did my first race. And then to see your results, I clicked on road, and then you say stats. Now I go to road, and it shows that I had this Mazda MX-5 at Summit. Start position 3rd, finished 6th, did 10 laps, 11 incident points, 43 points, whatever that means. Strength of field 1326, and then I can go look at the results. And that was my first iRacing rookie race. Hopefully what I learned helps you as you approach your first iRacing rookie race. I really encourage you to get out there and do it. There's so many ways that they make it easy to ease your way in, and then it's just a blast. Just remember that. It's fun. Go out and do it.